Hi guys! We wanted to make a video to talk about black stereotypes because
There's of stereotypes about like Asian people, black people, and white people, but I feel like the ones that are about black people and Asian people more seem to be negative.
yeah.
So we're just going to talk about the stereotypes that we found.
And also like by doing this, hopefully like if you're a person that thought like these stereotypes were true, you realize that like it's not the case and it is offensive for you to say it. And one stereotype I found is that all black people are related. Like even if you, like some people don't think about it, but you probably do think all black people are related. Like how many times have people be like, oh, so do you know like Obed? Or oh, so do you know Shaniqua? Or oh, do you know this person? And I'm like, no. And they're like, aren't they your cousin? No. Because they're not all related.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stereotype number 2 is that there's a certain like way to act black.
Oh yeah.
Which like I know everyone that watches it is going to be like, yeah there is, but no there isn't, because the stereotype of acting black, of what most people think is being ghetto, but when you think about it, every single race has ghettos in their country. So it really annoys me. Every single race has ghettos in their country. You just sound uneducated if you think that's a stereotype of like a black person. If there was a stereotype of a black person, you'd have to go by like the norm, which is like what is normal for black people, which is the fact that they come from Africa, because most black people are in Africa. And so if you wanted to say the stereotype of a black person, it would be an African person. So if you had an African accent, did African things, you would be the typical black person, not a ghetto person. So annoying. And just because like people would say that, maybe like I don't act black because my accent doesn't sound like ghetto or whatever. But like I've spent most of my life living in Cambridgeshire, so I'm gonna have this accent. Like don't say that to me because of where I've grown up. Like that just doesn't make any sense.
True. I've got 2 things to say. Well, obviously somebody's not born and just given a list of how to act black and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Like when you're born, you just act like what your surroundings. So, or if you move to different places, you're gonna act like where you're from. Because I've got this from actually black people. I don't think I've ever had a white person say to me I act white or I don't act black. So this goes both ways for like black people saying that you act black. I think that if you kind of say if a black person says it to another black person, kind of makes you feel like you don't fit in, because obviously white people are not really going to accept you as, like they're not going to really accept you. We'll talk about this later. I mean, some of them might, this is a whole other video. But I feel like if another black person says it to you, it's like, I don't know, it kind of hurts in a way. And it's kind of like, well, so what am I then if I'm not, if I don't act black?
With a black person and you're obviously not the same as a white person, so where do you fit in?
Yeah.
Which is just, that needs to stop.
I feel like,
you're a product of your friends, your family, your surrounding, and your own personality. You're not a product of a stereotype.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like people need to define what they mean.
Yeah.
So if you're saying, oh, I don't act black, because they're from London, it's like, oh, you're saying I don't act like I'm from London. You have to be specific, because you can't say I don't act black, because I act like a black person from where I'm from. So it's just like, actually you're not right, because I do act black.
Even like you shouldn't identify yourself by ethnicity or colour. Like that isn't you.
I mean, it depends on your culture really, because if you're, it does kind of, it depends. I don't know.
It's
a big subject
of like everything.
Yeah. So acting black is like, there's no way to act black, and it's annoying because then it kind of makes you as a black person feel like, oh, maybe I should just hang out with white people.
Black is a skin colour. It's not a way of life. It's not a like.
It honestly isn't. You can't. It's just not the same as anything. It's just like being born with blonde hair. I mean, obviously you can change that, but like if you couldn't change that, it's not going to define your whole personality and being, and who your friends are, the things you do, the job that you have. Like you can't just think because someone is black, it defines everything, because that's just stupid. That's like saying, like, this, and it doesn't even extend to really white people. Like, I don't think I've ever heard a white person say, you don't, like, to another white person, like, you don't act right, or like,
yeah,
I don't really see that being big. Like, even if I thought, oh my goodness, that person doesn't act like a typical person from here, it's like, not like you're excluded because you don't. I don't have to explain it.
Like, yeah, people are like, oh, she's trying to act black. No, she is the way she is because of like all the like everything that she's been through. I don't know her obviously, but like obviously she's the way she is because of the way like she's grown up and the way like the things that have happened to her have made her into that person. She's not trying to act black
because there's plenty of white people that act like that in America.
Yeah.
Where do you think these black people got the whole attitude from? Obviously when they became, I don't know actually, maybe I shouldn't say that, but you know, that's another
black education, another video.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to edit this so much.
And yeah, the fact that people say, oh, she's got a ghetto bum, again, a ghetto bum does not, it shouldn't mean
quite degrading. Because why should, if your bum's big or if it's round and nice and everything, why should it be called a ghetto bum? A ghetto is something disgusting. I would never want to live in a ghetto. Why would you call my butt a ghetto bum?
Oh, you just like offended everyone that lives in a ghetto.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure nobody wants to live in a ghetto.
A ghetto.
Ghetto. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, I don't even know what a ghetto looks like, so maybe I would want to live there if I actually saw what it looks like.
You sound like, I don't know what a ghetto looks like.
I don't know what a ghetto looks like. I know what a shanty town looks like, but I don't know what a ghetto looks like.
Yeah, that's true. And stereotype number 3.
It's not really. I feel like we said. I feel like
we talked about being ghetto and being black and African and all that. That was number 2, and then what I noticed is number 1.
Yeah, sorry. I feel like I can add this in smoothly. Like, I feel like it's still going in with the you don't act or look black, because there's been like if I've been watching, say, a video with somebody that's got like a black person, like full black, that's got like a small nose or like small lips, and like, yeah, you don't have a black nose. It looks that you have to have if you're black.
And it's not true. Like having a big bum, yes, that's obviously like black people do have big bums, but so do white people, and so do other races. And black people, not every black person has a big bum. But so if you say to a black person, oh, you don't really like have a black feature because they don't have a big bum, that's kind of like that's offensive. Because they're obviously still black, they just don't have that, and that doesn't define you as a black person. And like, not every black person has to have a certain nose or a certain size lips, and like if a white person has big lips, it doesn't mean they have black lips. They just have big lips.
And also, obviously, we don't think it's like a bad thing to have big butt. Like, we're just saying that when somebody doesn't have it, people will refer to it as like a white butt or like a white nose, and like, you just can't say that because that person's actually black and that is their nose, so that's obviously a black nose. And it's just, I don't know, it just shows ignorance, because obviously there's loads of different black people. Like, if you look around Africa, there's like Ethiopians, there's people from Sudan, South Africa, Zambia, Nigeria, Congo, like, and we all look different. Like, we've got different skin tones, we've got different size noses, we've got different eye shapes.
Because look, we're sisters, we've got different noses.
We actually do, different skin tones.
Yeah, and I hate this because for ages, okay, this is kind of a weird thing, I actually thought I was adopted because so many people were like, why do you look so different from your family or this and that? And it's like, no,
she is adopted.
And it's like, obviously I'm not adopted, but like, you get different, there's different
like
features of a black person.
Definitely. Like, honestly, I just don't get it. But yeah, and like, I've got some black people that would be like happy not to have like a black nose.
Yeah, so those were our top 3 black stereotypes that we believe, that we could think about on the spot. We just wanted to tell you guys about it because some of the things are offensive, and I think it's kind of, I don't want to be negative, but it is a wrong way of thinking, because you just gotta think about what you say before you say it, and just really
we kind of understand where it would stem from. Like, if you don't have much knowledge about something, you just pick out from what you've heard or what you know. But you can't take that as a fact, because
to judge,
not everyone is the same. So just take each person, each black person as their own person. Don't expect them to all be the same. And this goes for every race. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed the video.
Bye guys.
See you later.
Another stereotype number 4, is that all black men can run really fast, or black people can run really fast, or like have a talent, like a special, like either can dance really well, can sing really well, or they can run. When it's like that isn't always the case. Even though my sister can sing amazingly, that's just a coincidence.
Even though we're saying it's racist because if you can't, you feel bad.
Yeah, so it's like, it is kind of racist because if you can't do it, then it's seen as a bad thing, and you're kind of judged for it and not seen as like black, when that's not something that should define you as being black at all. So yeah, that's stereotype number 4.